Fitz here, hope you're going well. In this short video I'm going to run you through the basic operation of a lathe and in particular the safety requirements for the lathe. So this is a really important video to watch before you begin doing any work on this machine. Machines here at school are called the Hercus 260. These are fairly old machines but are still very accurate and are great things to work on for turning various types of materials. Like with all processes, it's really important that you observe, read and understand the SOP, Safety Operating Procedure for the lathe. So safety glasses worn at all times, sturdy footwear, no rings or jewellery to be worn. Loose hair must be contained, this is really important, you do not want your hair caught in the machine. Close fitting or protective clothing must be worn, so no sleeves that are dangling or things that are loose, like for instance hooded jumpers having your cords hanging out, and gloves as well are not to be worn. So checking the lathes, make sure that walkways are clear. You can see on the ground here we have some lines marked. These are for your safety, so there are only to be one person, one operator inside that area at one time, and absolutely you must ensure that if you're in this entire workshop you have safety glasses on during class. Here's the machine. Before we start any machine, it's really important that you, 1, follow the SOP. 2, you need to know how the machine is turned off. I always like to know how it's turned off before you turn it on. So here we have emergency stop. This is in close distance for your knees. There's also one at the end of the machine too, in case you're standing on the end. Machines also have an isolating switch at the back here. So if your machine is not operating, it could be that that isolator is turned off to isolate the machine. Alright, bit of an overview of the lathe. This is called the chuck. This is called a 3-jaw chuck, has 3 jaws. There's also a 4-jaw chuck. This is where you load your workpiece into for turning. The main part of the machine is called the carriage. This here is called the carriage. And this is also called the bed that the carriage slides along. Main carriage is operated by the carriage wheel. This moves the whole carriage along at the back. And here is called the cross slide. So by turning the cross slide wheel, it will rotate and move the cross slide in and out. This is called the compound rest and the compound slide. And this is the compound slide wheel. This moves this in and out. This is actually the same direction as the carriage, but this gives you the ability to make fine adjustments and can measure the distance in which you're cutting. At the top here is called a tool post. There are different types of tool posts. This is a straight tool post, I believe it's called. There's also a square tool post. So this machine's got what's called a square tool post. And this has a number of positions for various cutting tools, but this only has one. This here is called your cutting tool, your cutting tool holder, and this is the most important part for cutting your materials. There are different types of cutting tools depending on the type of cut you are making and the type of material that you intend to cut. In my next video I'm going to show you a range of different types of cuts we can make on our material. We also have a light. I highly recommend when you're working to turn on the light at the front of the machine here. It helps you see what you're doing. The machine also has another switch here, so this can be an off position and also forward and reverse. So that changes the direction of the chuck and how it rotates. This is the chuck guard. This must be down for the machine to turn on. So let's just turn this on for a quick second. The chuck is going to rotate at a particular speed, and obviously anything inside the zone is a dangerous area, so you never want to have any parts of your body, particularly anything from your hair, hands or clothing in that region. This safety mechanism is also on a switch, so the moment that this is pushed up it will turn the machine off, so some additional safety protection for the operator. The speed in which this operates is driven by a series of gears in the gearbox inside here. So there is some mathematics involved, and we can actually change the settings to work out the position of the gears to change the speed of the chuck. The maths is involved to determine the particular kind of material and the speed of cut, because some materials cut at slow speeds, some cut at high speeds, and you can have a different result depending on the speed setting. At the back of the machine here is called the tailstock. There is a lever that locks this in place. When this lever is down, it slides along the bed, and you can lock it with this lever here. This also winds in and out with the tailstock wheel, and this can go in increments, so you can measure this. This is called a collet. So various parts could fit inside here in the center. And we can have things like center drills, drill chucks, and this is generally used for any end operation, which could include drilling through your work. It could include measuring and marking the center of your work as well. So this is quite useful if you understand how to use this further. So in general operation, when you're not using this, it's good practice to have it at the back of the bed. There's a few basics for you. Please make sure you watch this video and understand it before you do any operations inside here, and really important before you go on and watch further videos you understand. Happy machining!